feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? In the feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, in the feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, in the feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, you don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, you don't want. Yeah, call us dangerous. Ain't too many can play with us. See what this game here taking us. No barber, ain't no fading us. I ain't really saying much. Actions be louder than words, man. I just wanna be her.
Coach, as the calendar creeps closer to year-end, the Green Bay nights are getting colder and colder. Not quite ice fishing weather, but it sure isn't Bermuda here at Lambeau Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the Green Bay Packers. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Cut! 280! 22! Watch the slant! Watch the slant! Check 99! Check 99! Push block!
They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Come on, right there. 14.
This is Logan. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
315!
On 2nd and 15 now. Wilson. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Call it a gain of 3, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Looking to throw again on second down. Rodgers. That's caught by Geronimo Allison. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards, first down, Packers. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did. Big-time
pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 24.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
I'm coming. Check 15, check 15. Hey.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Zadarius Smith in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now it's Wilson. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
On 3rd down, Wilson lets it fly for Thielen. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they've got the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 99 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So how about that for a backbreaker? Again, 99 yards.
And how about the audacity of the play call? When you're backed up that close to your goal line, usually you're just trying to run some type of a wedge play, a quarterback sneak, a dive, anything to try and create some room and take care of the ball. But that's confidence in your offensive line that they'll protect the guy throwing it, and he finds his guy for 99 yards. I love what they just did.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick, and they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Get 300. Get 300. Hey, turn it up. Smooth.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Rodgers now on first down. Making the catch is Sternberger. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Now it's Rodgers. He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Crosby with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Steps away to his left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Play action. It's Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Wilson's throw caught by Metcalf, and he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
Bang out, bang out, bam, bam.
To throw again is Wilson. He'll bite, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dean Lowry. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Gotta go, in and out, let's go.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Being chased out left. And out of bounds right around the 20. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 37. And his kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. On second down now, it's Jones. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Kevin King with a pick. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Well, no, I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's go, do it.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Now it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Dancing to his left. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
Let's go. 12.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Open man, right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. Wilson now hitting on 2/3 of his passes. 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it makes the score 21-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
Box it.
Here's Rodgers to throw. He's going to fire one deep into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you, and that may have been what happened there.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. It's complete to Lockett, and they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. And finding the tight end, Hooper. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Everyone got four down. Tempo short.
To throw is Wilson. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Again, Wilson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Wilson now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Wilson. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And his kick is right there. It's good. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you turned that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
In 18. Here, Mike. 45, Mike, 45. I got you there.
To throw is Rodgers. This complete to Jones. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off near the 42. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4. On the 22-yard line.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Robert Quinn in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they left little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton.
And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
Lets it fly for Thielen. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do?
He's got a man complete. And all the way to the opposite 45. It's a big play there for Seattle, and even 40 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Now this throw caught left side, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Pete Carroll in that familiar hands-on knees pose. His guys will go for 2 here. Wilson will throw again. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Rodgers now to throw. He's got this complete to Hamilton. The 30. 20, 10, touchdown, Packers. Deshaun Hamilton, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way, because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Wilson now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. Wilson throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Josh Jackson, the former Iowa Hawkeye, made the play defensively. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Wilson. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. Wilson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Logan. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and we are all tied at 28. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
Let's see if they dial it up this drive.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 5.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Rodgers going to throw. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. Rodgers now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Check 43.
They'll run it with Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 40-yard line.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Now they'll try the jet sweep here. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. To throw, it's Rodgers. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
Get 300. Get 300. Check. Lucky.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin. Throwing on second down. Rodgers. This is caught. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now Jones. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal.
Here we go. Pick the edge. Come. Back to north. You got tight right there. Recon, 132 fighter. Watch out. Alert 3.
Now Rodgers. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Michael Kendricks in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they've managed the clock exactly right.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Wilson to throw. He'll have a first down past the 40. This one complete into the hands of Darius Fountain. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Zadarius Smith in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Well, that's 2 sacks in this game, so add that to the 4 from last week. I think that's 6.
Good math. Excellent math. And look, he's going to get off.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. Now it's Rodgers, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. from the shotgun to give to Jones. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, he's got a big leg, and when everything comes together, he can certainly hit from long range, but this one's going to come up just a little bit short. A very good effort, though.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, but it'll be 2nd down. This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
5 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Here's Wilson. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the 1st, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. One last shot for Wilson. Now a desperation throw. And this is taken in at the 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf finding the end zone on the game's final play. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. And with the lead, no chance of a return spoiling this one here on the PAT. So tack on the extra point for one more. What a finish as they wind up winning this one by 4. Well, that was a fun game to witness, partner. A touchdown there at the very end to win this thing.
And that's really where the emphasis is, right? The touchdown to win it. I know that they put a little on top, right?